Princess Lyrelay of the Valdari Empire stood on the crystalline balcony of her palace, watching another rejected suitor's ship disappear into the purple twilight of her homeworld. The tall, ethereal being possessed skin that shimmered like moonlight, on water and eyes that held the depth of ancient stars. Her pointed ears, a mark of her noble bloodline, twitched with barely contained annoyance as her advisor approached. "Your Highness, that makes the 47th suitor this cycle," Chancellor Morvain said, his own pale features creased with concern. "The council grows restless. They speak of arranged unions if you continue to refuse all proposals." Lyrelay turned, her flowing robes catching the light of 3 moons above. "Then let them speak. I will not bind myself to warriors who boast only of conquests or merchants who count only profits. None have shown me anything beyond their desire for political alliance." The princess had good reason for her standards. The Valdari were an ancient race, masters of both technology and mystical arts that other species could barely comprehend. Their empire spanned 12 star systems, and their princess was considered the most desirable match in the known galaxy. Yet Lyrelay found herself unmoved by the parade of aliens seeking her hand. There had been the Corvan general with scales like armor, who spoke only of military campaigns. The Nexian trade prince arrived with ships full of rare gems, but could discuss nothing beyond market values. Even the mysterious shadow-walking Umbrans had sent an emissary, though his presence made the palace guards nervous for weeks. 3 days after the latest rejection, something unexpected happened. A small, modest vessel requested permission to land, not in the grand ceremonial spaceport where suitors typically arrived, but at the civilian docking bay. The ship bore markings Lyrelay had never seen before. "Humans," Chancellor Morvain announced with visible confusion. "They call themselves diplomatic representatives from something called Earth. They seek an audience, but not for courtship. They wish to discuss trade agreements and cultural exchange." Lyrelay raised an eyebrow. She had heard whispers of humans, a young species that had only recently achieved interstellar travel. Most elder races dismissed them as primitive upstarts, but their rapid expansion across space had caught attention. "How refreshing," she said. "Beings who come seeking conversation rather than my hand. Grant them an audience." The next morning, 3 humans were escorted into the throne room. Lyrelay immediately noticed their differences from other species she had encountered. They were smaller than most galactic races, with skin in various shades of brown and hair that ranged from dark to light. What struck her most was their obvious nervousness, mixed with genuine curiosity as they gazed around the crystal chamber. Their leader stepped forward, a woman with auburn hair and green eyes that reminded Lyrelay of her homeworld's forests. "Your Highness, I am Ambassador Rachel Thompson of Earth. We come seeking friendship between our peoples." The audience proceeded. Unlike any other Lyrelay had experienced, the humans asked thoughtful questions about Valdari culture, philosophy, and art. They showed genuine interest in learning rather than impressing. Ambassador Thompson spoke of human achievements not with boastfulness, but with the wonder of a young species discovering its place among the stars. "We know we are new to this galactic community," Rachel said. "We have much to learn from elder races like yours, but we also believe every species brings unique perspectives worth sharing." When the formal session ended, Lyrelay found herself asking the humans to stay for an evening meal, something she had never done with any suitor. The conversation flowed easily, covering everything from philosophy to humor. The humans laughed, readily, and encouraged others to share in their joy, a trait Lyrelay found remarkably appealing. Ambassador Thompson proved particularly engaging. She listened intently to Lyrelay's thoughts on governance and art, offering insights from human experience without presuming to know better. When Lyrelay mentioned her frustration with would-be suitors, Rachel nodded with understanding. "On Earth, we have a saying," Rachel said. "You cannot love someone you do not know, and you cannot know someone who only shows you what they think you want to see." Those words resonated deeply with the princess. Over the following days, she found excuses to extend the human delegation's stay. She showed them the palace gardens, the crystal caves beneath the city, and the ancient libraries that housed millennia of Valdari knowledge. In return, the humans shared stories of Earth, its diverse cultures, its struggles and triumphs, its determination to reach beyond its small blue world. Rachel proved to be more than a skilled diplomat. She was curious about everything, kind to palace servants regardless of their rank, and possessed a quick wit that made even the stoic palace guards smile. She treated Lyrelei not as a prize to be won, but as a person worth knowing. The breakthrough came during a walk through the moonlit gardens. Lyrelei had been explaining the significance of various crystalline flowers when she realized Rachel was watching her face instead of the blooms. "You speak of beauty as if you have never been told you embody it," Rachel said softly. "Every suitor speaks of my beauty," Lyrelei replied with a bitter laugh. "It grows tiresome." "I would not know," Rachel said. "I see intelligence in your eyes, compassion in your actions, and strength in your convictions. Beauty seems an inadequate word for all of that." For the first time in years, Lyrelei felt truly seen rather than merely desired. When the human delegation's mission concluded, Chancellor Morvain expected them to depart quietly. Instead, Ambassador Thompson requested a private audience with the princess. In the crystal chamber, where dozens of suitors had made grand declarations, Rachel spoke simply. "I came here as a diplomat," she said. "I am leaving as someone whose heart has been changed. I know the impossibility of what I feel, but I could not depart in silence." Lyrelei stepped closer, her luminous eyes reflecting the chamber's crystalline light. "The heart recognizes what the mind struggles to accept," she said. "Among all who have sought my attention, only you bothered to seek my friendship first." The wedding of Princess Lyrelei and Ambassador Rachel Thompson became the most celebrated event in Valdari history. It marked not only the union of two hearts, but the beginning of an unprecedented alliance between the ancient Valdari Empire and the young human civilization. The other suitors, watching from afar, finally understood what they had missed. The human had succeeded not through grand gestures or impressive displays, but by offering something none of them had thought to give: genuine interest in knowing the woman behind the crown. In the years that followed, the Human-Valdari Alliance would reshape galactic politics, but that is another story. This one ends with two beings from distant worlds discovering that the greatest conquests are those of the heart, achieved not through force or manipulation, but through the simple act of caring enough to truly listen.